It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. On the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Earlier this season, it was Toronto who came out on top in the last matchup against Sacramento. They've got a nice head start on this season series, up 2 games to none.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. DeRozan and Ross, they're the 2 and 3. And it's Vasquez in at the 5. Sacramento shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And their success rate from the stripe this season about 77%.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
You know, last season, the Sacramento Kings crowd set a world record for the loudest roar at an indoor sports stadium. Talk about analytics being on display. Here's a case in point, folks. 126 decibels. Now, 127 is where you can cause permanent hearing loss. My hope and prayer is that the record stays at 126.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
Kevin, he said the one thing they were able to do very well in their first 2 meetings was keep the defense guessing. He told me, we like to show them different looks down the court each time we see them, and they can never get set up. It's a big part of the 2 wins we have against them. Let's see if they can make it 3 with the same strategy.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the information. I think, guys, it's not the first time that shooting has been a focus for this team.
Well, it's always something that they've tried to concentrate on. You work hard in practice. You work on your craft. You work on your strategy, your execution, but you never know if the ball's going to go in or not.
And we've seen it ring up dividends. When they take that very disciplined approach to their offense, it usually pays off.
Here is Ross. Sacramento making their last shot. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Ross against Cousins. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
Vasquez kicks to Ross. Feeds it to Vasquez. It's DeRozan with the drive. And that one's good. DeRozan's got 6.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Here's McCallum. 14 points from him the last game against the Rockets in Houston. No good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. You know, the guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
Terrence Ross, I think, has a chance to be an elite 3-and-D player at the NBA level. That's 3-point shooting and defense for the uninitiated. Tremendous athleticism and a beautiful stroke make him an entertaining player to watch.
Johnson sets the screen for DeRozan. And the layup's good off the glass. DeRozan's got 8.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. And Terrence Ross can make some highlights, Steve, around the rim.
Yeah, so athletic. You'd like to see him get to the line a bit more. I think he has a tendency to settle, but as he is, a pretty efficient scorer.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Williams in for Ross.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
And the officials call the foul, reaching out and committing the intentional foul here, and his teammates are baffled.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at him like, what are you doing? I mean, I think he just lost track of the situation.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Here's Vasquez. And again, no good by Toronto.
Really high-quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Rebound. By Williams.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Kicks it to Vasquez. Dishes it to Johnson. And again, Toronto no up.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And, Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
It sure did.
I don't think anybody knew where it was going to go.
Outside Williams. Pass to DeRozan. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And that's 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
He lobs it up.